I received a PR package from Logitech. It's a mini locker, basically, and it was filled with a bunch of, little cool things: mouse pad, a bucket hat, some stickers, pins, a protective carrying case. And I immediately thought, what can I do with it now? I mean, it's the shape of a square, it's plenty big, so while you might see a PR package, I see PC build. So I've built a sleeper PC in the past, and it was quite the learning experience, from having to modify the old case, cut in for the I/O shield, cut in for the motherboard standoffs. There was a lot of planning that needed to be done, and I rushed it, which I'm not gonna do with this one. I've gathered up all the components that I've needed, and I picked these strategically. I've got a motherboard with an i7 12700K and a deep cool tower cooler. That way, without an AIO, you'd have less cables. I have 6 Seasonic MagFlow fans that all daisy chain together, a modular power supply to limit only the cables that I need, and an RTX 3080. To ensure that everything is gonna fit, I've actually taken some cardboard, laid out the components, so I have one for the side fans, the power supply unit, the top or bottom fans, the motherboard, the exhaust fan. After I've got everything cut out to size, I had to go ahead and actually mark the holes in the cardboard. That way I can put them inside this case, because I'm gonna have to manually cut out the I/O shield, manually drill all the holes to mount the fans, drill the holes to actually put in the motherboard standoffs. That way I can screw the motherboard to the mini locker. And I think this strategy will actually work pretty well. What I'm gonna do is actually put some duct tape on the back of the cardboard itself. That way I can throw it inside of there, and I can kind of configure my layout. I have a few different choices. The only thing I am worried about is the power supply. I can't fit it above the motherboard 100%, but I think if I 3D print something, I can get it to fit. Otherwise, I could put it on this part here, but then the power plug will plug in on a different side than where the actual I/O and video cables plug in. But I'm pretty confident this will all work, so let's take it outside, fire up the Dremel, and let's start doing some cuts. Real quick though, before we do that, let's take a look at today's sponsor. Funny enough, it's actually Logitech G. This is the Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2C, and I've been giving it a test for the last week now. I'm almost out of silver. This is the compact version of their Pro X Superlight 2. It's 51 grams, has a smaller frame, and if you prefer a more compact mouse or have medium to smaller size hands, this actually makes a noticeable difference in control. Logitech G actually worked with a bunch of esports pros to dial this thing in, and I really do think you can tell. It's got their Hero 2 sensor, features Lightspeed wireless that's legitimately as responsive as wired, and the build quality is solid as you would expect. The switches are this hybrid optical mechanical setup, so you get the satisfying click without any of the double click issues you sometimes see with just purely mechanical switches. The battery lasts about 95 hours, and if you have their wireless charging mousepad, it'll just charge while you use it. One sec, let me just call Logitech G. Yeah, I'm gonna need that mousepad. It comes in at $160 currently, but if you game regularly and you're tired of dealing with subpar mice, it's a very solid investment. I'll put the links down below in the description if you guys want to check it out for yourself. All right, back to the build. We got one fan mounted, all the holes lined up. I'm feeling much more confident in my cardboard setup now that all the holes lined up on the first try, so I'm gonna go ahead and get all the rest done. Got all the mounting holes drilled for the 3 set of fans on the side. It was a little bit tricky. This hole I had to widen out a bit, but it should be fine. Got to drill all the vent holes in here. What I want to tackle next is the I/O shield, and I believe that should be pretty good. Couple of broken blades later. Hopefully we cut out the right size. This thing broke like 3 times and just Didn't hit me, thankfully, but that's why you gotta have your safety goggles on. These are just glasses, but good enough. What I wanted to do next is finish up the rest of the cutting, since this is the messiest and what I thought would be the most time-consuming part. So that was essentially the PSU cutout, as well as the slot for the GPU, so that I could plug in the video cables and have a slot for the tab to go into. A few more broken blades later, and it was complete. All right, so I am bringing this back in. We've got a lot of the cuts done. I've cleaned it off. What I want to do is obviously test fit some of this, because cutting this out, there's no other way to put it. It's just a pain in the ass. So if I got to do more of that, then I just want to get it done today. Now, I don't claim to be an expert, but I think these cuts turned out pretty nice. We have our IO shield, our GPU, our power supply plugins here. I've still got to cut all the vent holes for the PC case fans and the power supply. So what I think I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna grab all of these components and we're gonna do a test fit. I think I do have a decent amount of faith in my methods that that's gonna line up. All the IO is gonna line up. The GPU is probably gonna be the trickiest. I think that's definitely a little too wide of a cut, but that's sometimes what happens. You make mistakes and you just gotta live with it and learn from it. Let's test. It does look like I cut a little bit too much off for the IO shield, but the most important part is that all the IO is accessible, so we'll be fine right there. Time for this bad boy. Well, it does fit. It definitely is a little bit too big, but that's okay. I am definitely gonna have to utilize this GPU stand because as you can see, there's no screw here to hold and keep that kind of level. I could maybe 3D print some kind of bracket, but realistically, I think something like this will work just fine. So this is the only thing that I really wanted to check. I've already mounted the fans in and confirmed all those holes lined up. So as long as we got the IO shield on the back, the GPU is accessible, I think what I can go ahead and do now is start drilling out all the vent holes, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do for that. I 3D printed this little template, and I think this will help me quite a bit. What I'm gonna do is take this Sharpie marker and then line up this dust cover with each one of the fans on the top, bottom, and the power supply. I'll put a dot in the center of each one of these holes, then take a big drill bit and drill that out. That way we have a consistent pattern, and it actually just looks good on the case. Back to the garage we go. So let me make this clear. I thought the Dremel and cutting out the IO shield, the GPU, would be the most difficult part, but this was absolute misery. I had to drill so many holes. Not only was it tedious, time consuming, but it killed my arm, and it actually blew out the holes on the other end, which made for so much more work. That was insanely tedious and made an absolute mess. So I'm gonna vacuum that up and skip probably the rest of all the holes I gotta drill. It's at this point in these custom builds where I sit here and I'm like, why did I even bother doing this? I'm about to drink a beer at like 10 a.m. I've got like 200 holes to go, so I guess I'll see you when I'm done. Gotta talk nice to the drill too. She's getting a little hot and she's old, but she's trusty. So I just finished this up, got all the holes drilled, and everything looks nice, or so I thought. I just realized I forgot to do both of the top fans. I haven't even drilled the mounting holes for that yet. This is actually for the power supply, so I think I'll have 2 more 120mm fans there. So I'm probably gonna do those tomorrow. I gotta go to work and my hand is killing me. But once that's done, I get to bring it inside, and pretty much then it's build and test and make sure it powers on. Fast forward a few days later, I had to make one change. Instead of fitting 2 fans up here, I test fitted the power supply, and I can actually only fit 1. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. And then I also had to mount the power switch in there. That's just got your standard power switch connectors to connect on the headers on the motherboard. I think it's time we assemble it. All right, it is time for the moment of truth. All right, I think it turned out really nice. I got the door taken off it right now. It did get a little scratched up during the whole process. Metal shavings, you know, just rubbing on the ground and the concrete and my tabletop. So Aesthetically, it definitely could look better, but performance-wise, it's gonna be an absolute beast. RTX 3080, 12700K, 32 gigabytes of RAM. I think it's got plenty of cooling, but the only thing left to do now is test it out in some games. I had to hop into some Battlefield 6. We are running at 4K, over 120 FPS, and I really don't think we should see, a huge struggle with temperatures. I think with the fan and drilling all those holes, it did give me, enough airflow in the case. If we actually look at the hardware stats, we're running anywhere between 80 to 95% load, and our CPU is right around 85 degrees Celsius, and our GPU is floating around 70 to 73. So obviously not the coolest temperatures in the world, but nothing that I would be too alarmed with. I think overall, this build just turned out really fantastic. It's not the most practical, obviously the door swings into the monitor, so you can't really access the inside, there's no front I/O, but it's really neat to look over and see the PC that I created, the Logitech Gaming PC. It was a PR package, and now through all the work, I've created something that's custom and really unique. Well, I think that's gonna be it for this one. We're gonna wrap it up with that. It can game really solid. It does get a little bit hot, but overall, a really fun and pretty neat project to do. Would I do it again? Oh, it was a lot of work. Let me know what you guys think of the build down below, and if you would attempt this yourself. Thanks for checking out this video. We'll see you in the next one. See ya!